Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Are you struggling with how to cover your acne and acne scarring? Well, in this video, I'm gonna show you how to do just that and some of my tips and tricks on how I achieve a full coverage look. You can use this for pictures or just in your everyday life. So if you're interested in seeing how I cover my acne and acne scarring and how maybe you can apply some of these tips and do the same, then just keep on watching. Alright, so I'm just gonna put my hair back. As you can see, I am on the struggle bus 100%. Blurred out a lot this week, past week and a half. It's either just stress or it's because I'm trying out a new sunscreen and that's making me break out. Unclear, so we'll check back with you on that, but this is where we're at so far. And these are like under the skin and they hurt so bad. And usually I don't really get like under the skin like cystic zits. Like I'm pretty fortunate where I usually don't get that, but for whatever reason we do today. All right, well, let's just get started anyway. So for primer, I either use the Farsali liquid powder or the Skin Tube Blur. I did a review on these, so we'll link it up here if you haven't seen it. Today I'm going to use the liquid powder. I don't know why, I've just been kind of favoring this one lately. I like how it gives me like a matte finish before putting on my foundation. So all my oily peeps out there, this is really good. We like controlling oil because, you know, you got acne and you're an oily beast. Okay, and now for foundation. So I have the NARS Soft Matte Complete, I have the Rare Beauty foundation, and also the Juvia's Place I Am Magic foundation. I'm kind of leaning towards I Am Magic just because, you know, I haven't used it in a while and this girl is full coverage. So since I'm taking Christmas pictures today, I'm going to do that. And this is in the shade Cairo, which might be a little light for me. We'll see. She's thick. The only good thing about thick foundations is you don't have to use a lot, and a little goes a long way, because if you use way too much, you're gonna feel really masky feeling and like it's like suffocating your face, so no one wants that. And to blend it in, today I'm gonna use my Tati Blendiful 30. This provides really good coverage, almost as good as a brush, like just as good as coverage as a brush. I forgot how full coverage this foundation is. It's crazy. Like we can already see how much more even my skin looks. So as you can see, we just needed that one dot and it pretty much covered my entire face. The only thing I will say, so if you can see that the Blendiful does, and sometimes a brush, it can leave some streak marks, which a beauty blender doesn't do, but in order to get the coverage, it's worth it for me. So as we can see, this is pretty full coverage so far with just the foundation. So you can see it a little bit peeking through, but nothing too crazy. And a little bit here, we're looking a little dry. This is more of a matte foundation, so to be expected, but I'm gonna go in with some more like hydrating and dewy products later to kind of offset it, but I just really love the coverage of this one, and most of my full coverage are pretty matte. You can always go in with another layer of your foundation if you so choose. I personally don't do that just because it's not my favorite way of providing more coverage. So next I'm gonna go in with concealer. So this is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. So it's like the concealer sister to this foundation. I hate that it comes in a pot. I hate having to stick my hands in there or like taking the end of a brush because it's not as clean as the other one might be, but it's still fine. So in order to get more coverage, so it's important with concealer that you pick a shade that is around the same color as your foundation and you don't go lighter. Make sure it is your skin color or close to it. So I just took around this much, and then I'm just kind of warming it on the back of my hand because it's a little thick. And now I'm gonna put it on top of the places I want some more coverage. So here, where I still see some marks peeking through, under my nose, where I tend to get pretty red. And you can always go back in with your brush or the Blendiful. I like to take this kind of tinier brush, frayed, kind of has a flat top. I need a new one of these honestly, but it works. I'm just gonna go ahead and blend it in that concealer. Again, just because the brush is gonna provide the most maximum coverage. So make sure to wash your brushes as often as possible. So as you can see, that really just covered us up even further. A little bit peeking through still here, but I didn't put as much concealer. So I might put a little bit more here, but as you can see, we are totally much more evened out than we were previously before. And now I'm just gonna go in kind of with the rest of my face. So I'm just going to go ahead and do my under eye concealer and kind of set it with my Huda Beauty powder. So I'm not gonna do anything special coverage wise. I'm literally just gonna put my under eye concealer on and blend it out and set it. And then I will come back when it's time to do the rest of the base of our foundation. I am back. So literally again, all I did was just put on some under eye concealer and set here in my nose and around my pores with the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Baking Powder in Pound Cake. Really good setting powder, really good to help cover the pores, make you look poreless. So when it comes to setting my face, I always set my face no matter what foundation I'm wearing, whether it's tinted moisturizer, foundation, full coverage, light coverage, whatever. I like to use a skin tone setting powder just to one, add a little bit more coverage, and that way also give me a little color back to my face since I kind of highlighted already. What I'm gonna use today is the Laura Mercier Candle Glow Sheer Perfecting Powder in the shade 2. If you can see, it's a little bit more. My skin tone does have like a little bit of a sheer glow to it. So since I'm wearing a pretty matte foundation, I want to bring dimension back to my face. I know what you're thinking. Is it counterintuitive? You're adding more shine and highlighting your acne. And I would say yes, but also I feel like it is not like shiny, sparkly glitter, but it kind of just looks like your skin, which is good. I'm just gonna go in with my brush and this powder and set my face. And we're looking a little dry. So hopefully we add our setting spray that kind of fixes that problem. All right, so our whole face is set, and if you can see, so it kind of added a little bit of that glow. Nothing too crazy, like I said, it doesn't look like highlighty, but it looks slightly dewy, and it just looks like my face is just more natural again, which is really good, so we don't look like a super cake face. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my face and just put on some blush, bronzer. I will be back to show you the final look. All right, I am back. So all I did was, again, bronzer and blush. So all I did, I put on this Marc Jacobs bronzer in Omega Bronze in Tantastic, and I just put that over here. For blush, I use the Lunar Beauty palette. So I use Spacey and Gravity. And to clean up kind of right here and also my under eye to take away any of like the muddiness, I use the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder as I usually do. For some highlight, I'm gonna take the Jaclyn Hill Brighten Up. So this is just a subtle highlight. Oh, that was a lot. I'm gonna put this here, and this down here. So if you could see, I put it all on my nose, and it just, again, kind of adds a more natural and dewy look to the face without accentuating your acne. So obviously I'm putting it just to the tops of my cheekbones where I don't have it, here, here, and then up here. So again, just more the center of the face to draw more of the light and attention there than down here where we have all these bumpy situations happening. And to further highlight, I'm gonna take the Anastasia Ambreezy highlighter. This is beaming. And with super intense highlighters like this that are more metallic, you definitely don't want to put it on any of your acne because that's definitely going to accentuate it. But the Jaclyn Hill one might be a good option for you if you either like a more natural highlight, or it kind of will not accentuate your texture as much but will still give you a nice pretty glow. But if you can see, this Ambreezy one just kind of intensifies it and makes you more glowy. So if you want to go super glam, go with the Ambreezy, but if you kind of just want something more subtle, like I love using this Jaclyn Hill for more day-to-day, and it doesn't really accentuate texture or your acne marks. And now to set it, I usually like setting my face again before kind of putting on my mascara. So I'm just gonna take a more dewy, so you can either take, so these are both great setting sprays. Again, I love how it just kind of lets the powder sink in and doesn't give you that super powdery look, and it'll last all day, so your full coverage beat face work won't go anywhere. So I'm gonna take today the Rare Beauty setting spray is really good. The Always an Optimist 4-in-1 Mist is really good, gives you more of a dewy look. And then also what is good is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish setting spray. This will keep your makeup on forever. So this is really good. Highly recommend. I've been liking it so far, and none of these again have made me break out. I'm gonna kind of do a mix just because why not? I like the dewy look of this, but I like the staying power of the Charlotte Tilbury. So just for picture purposes. It's already setting in. Now I'm gonna take the Charlotte Tilbury, and this might camel spit at you a little bit, so I just kind of like to spray the air. Okay, that's good. It's like hairspray for your face. So that is it for this full coverage makeup routine. I hope you guys enjoyed. As you can see, we are pretty full coverage. Obviously, we still have, it's not peeking through as bad, but you can barely see it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take some pictures with my family, and then we'll kind of look how this holds up the rest of the day just to give you a reference. But that is it for this full coverage makeup look. I hope you enjoyed. Leave me know down in the comments below if you are gonna try this makeup look, or if there's any tips and tricks you're gonna use, or how your favorite foundation and concealers for full coverage. I would love to know. Always love new recommendations. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe down below if you want to see more makeup and skincare content that is great for acne from me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.